loosening up.
Hey, Roger, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I had my second COVID vaccine yesterday, so I'm going to do the best I can. But if I have to stop, that's what happened.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling me.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. You're doing better than I was with my second. And now, let's loosen up the waist. Bring the feet together. We'll loosen up the knees. Change direction. Now, we'll do the ankles. Change direction. And the other foot. And as we're doing this upstairs in my other computer, the last week's class is uploading. Well, probably done now, but I may have to make a couple of clicks after class to get it to show up on YouTube, but it is uploaded. May not be visible yet. And change direction. Okay, let's start off with the shoe sound for the liver. And I mean just the sound, not the shoe sound to calm the liver that we did last week, but just the sound itself. So you can do this sitting or standing. And let's just start with imagining that you're inhaling into the liver. And as you exhale, imagine that you're expelling out your throat the heat and stale energy. So inhaling clear healing chi, filling the liver, and exhaling heat and stale chi from the liver. And we'll do a few breaths just to get the feel of breathing in and out of the liver. And now, imagine the color green in front of your face. And imagine now as you breathe in that you're inhaling green chi and filling the liver with green chi. And then exhaling heat and stale chi. Nice deep breaths, but not to the point of tensing up. And just imagine the green chi filling the whole area of the liver. And now let's add the sound. And as you no doubt remember, it's shu, shu, and at the end of the shu, we curl the lips up a bit. And the tongue lies flat, and then the teeth are slightly open, slightly apart, the front teeth. So again, inhale into the liver, and you can continue with the green chi. Exhale and shu. As you make the sound, feel the energy release from the liver into the surrounding interstitial fluids and tissues. Also, continue to feel the heat and chi release out the throat. Inhale and fill the liver. Exhale and sound. In and out. Now continue on at your own pace. 9 more repetitions of the healing sound. Okay. One thing we want to be careful of with the liver is the patting massage. We never want to do the Marshall patting on the liver, okay? Because it can injure the liver. So if we do massage on the liver, it should be just a massage, not anything, not any of the patting, lest you get too hard with the patting. So be careful of that with the liver. Okay, so now let's start off with the shoe sound for the liver. And I mean just the sound, not the shoe sound to calm the liver that we did last week, but just the sound itself. So you can do this sitting or standing. And let's just start with imagining that you're inhaling into the liver. And as you exhale, imagine that you're expelling out your throat the heat and stale energy. So inhaling clear healing chi, filling the liver, and exhaling heat and stale chi from the liver. And we'll do a few breaths just to get the feel of breathing in and out of the liver. And now, imagine the color green in front of your face. And imagine now as you breathe in that you're inhaling green chi and filling the liver with green chi. And then exhaling heat and stale chi. Nice deep breaths, but not to the point of tensing up. And just imagine the green chi filling the whole area of the liver. And now let's add the sound. And as you no doubt remember, it's shoo, shoo. And at the end of the shoo, we curl the lips up a bit. And the tongue lies flat, and then the teeth are slightly open, slightly apart, the front teeth. So again, inhale into the liver, and you can continue with the green chi. Exhale and shoo. As you make the sound, feel the energy release from the liver into the surrounding interstitial fluids and tissues. Also, continue to feel the heat and chi release out the throat. Inhale and fill the liver. Exhale and sound. Shoo. In and out. Shoo. Now continue on at your own pace. 9 more repetitions of the healing sound. Shoo. Okay. One thing we want to be careful of with the liver is the patting massage. We never want to do the Marshall patting on the liver, okay? Because it can injure the liver. So if we do massage on the liver, it should be just a massage, not anything, not any of the patting, lest you get too hard with the patting. So be careful of that with the liver. Remember that we use the middle finger, the sword secret hand form, but it's really the middle finger that's going to be our instrument here, to point to the liver 1 at the base of the big toenail and on the outside corner of the base of the big toenail. That's Dadun, that's liver 1. Okay. So imagine that you're holding a ball. As you inhale, lift the ball up over your head. And now feel that there's an energetic connection between the Lao Gong gates in the center of your palm and the Bai Hui at the top of your head. Now exhale and now on, breathe normally. Past the eyes, past the stomach 12 point, approximately here. And then place the palms on liver 14. And circle 6 times in each direction. Holding palms on liver 14. Bend 4 times to each side. Now I'm moving very stiffly and slowly because of still recovery from allergy shot. But remember that we're not really trying to bend to the extreme. We're just trying to give the liver and the spleen a good stretch and a nice compression. Okay, now we slide down along the liver channel, which goes approximately like this, and we get down here to the bottom of the rib cage, and that's about liver 13. Circle 6 times in each direction. And then slide down to just below the navel and bend backward and forward 3 times. Now when you're bending backward and forward, probably the only breathing pattern that's comfortable is inhale back and exhale forward. And then run the palms down the inside of your legs, that's along the liver channel, and point the middle finger to the liver 1 point. Then bend your knees and lift the ball up over your head again, like this. Okay. Connect Lao Gong and Bai Hui. Eyes. Stomach 12. Liver 14 and circle. Now slide down to liver 13. Circle. Slide down to just below the navel. Bend backward and forward 3 times. Slide the palms down the inside of the legs. And point to liver 1. Lift the ball up over the head. Now Awakens by way. Eyes, stomach 12, liver 14. And bending. I think that was 4. Still not quite totally clear. And slide down to liver 13. Bend backward and forward. Slide down the inside of the legs and point to liver 1. Lift the ball up over the head. Connect now Awakens by way. Eyes, stomach 12, liver 14. And liver 13. Backward and forward 3 times. If you got confused about the number of repetitions for the bend, slide down the inside of the legs, point to liver 1. Lift the ball up over the head. So if you got confused about the number of bends, you could do 4 forward bends or 3. It's just the idea that it's about 3 or 4. And of course 5 wouldn't hurt. You decided to do 30. You might probably would end up causing tension in the area of the organ and being counterproductive. So 3, 4, 5 bends, all okay. Slide down to liver 13. Likewise, a number of circles. 5, 8. All would be okay. The key thing is that it's the same number each direction. And lift the ball over the head. Remember, of course, mind under the palms. And slide down to liver 13. Then backward and forward. Slide down the legs, point to liver 1. Lift the ball over the head. Awakens by way. Eyes, stomach 12, liver 14. And slide down, liver 13. Down the liver channel and point to liver 1. Okay, and one more. Awakens by way. Eyes, stomach 12, liver 14. Okay, now I'm going to do something just a little bit different here. What I'm doing is moving this area here. So this is probably the gallbladder right there, okay? So I'm just doing little shifting of my position to manipulate the gallbladder. Over here, I really don't feel the same effect because there's no gallbladder, there's just the spleen. So just stretch a little bit. Like that. Not tensing. Be very careful not to tense. But it feels like now that I'm loosened up, having done, 6 or 7 repetitions already, I can feel like, oh yeah, I can get a little bit of movement in the gallbladder area by just changing my position on the stretch a little bit. Be careful not to do anything so extreme that it would mess up your back. Okay. Likewise here, just shifting a little bit to side. Slide down the liver channel and point to liver 1. And bend the knees, and we finish. Okay. So the gallbladder is affected by the same exercises that affect the liver because the position is the same. So as I lean this way, I could feel, oh yeah, a nice little stretch on the gallbladder. So I'm going to manipulate that a little bit. Not holding breath and not manipulating so much as to cause tension or strain on the lower back. But that feels good on my gallbladder. So see, the art is alive. So, and trust your feelings. So feel like, oh yeah, let me just take a second or two and get a little bit of extra stretch here on the gallbladder. Okay, fine, good. Now, for those who might want to be testing on this, watching performance is one thing, but it's really kind of the secondary thing. The important thing, most important thing being your knowledge of the theory behind the exercise. So just imagine that the test would be if you had a very curious student who might ask you, why? Every time you make a move, why that? Why that? So that's what a teacher would need to know. Sometimes you might have to say, well, I'm not sure. That's the way I learned the form. But you don't want to be saying that all the time. So if somebody says, why the eyes? Why connect with the eyes? The eyes are the opening of the liver. So they have a connection. And illness of the liver can affect the eyes, and probably vice versa. For example, you get jaundice of the liver, whites of the eyes turn yellow. Or you have severe liver problems, underneath the eyes turn blue. So what are we doing here? Why we circle 6 times in each direction? So that's the kind of knowledge that if someone comes to Qi elements to be trained as a Qigong teacher, that I would like them to have. And they have confidence in the exercises. Also, it gives they can pass on the confidence to the students and say, okay, I have a good idea of why this works. Not like it's some mystery I don't understand, but I'm doing it. Hopefully it will work. Of course, when you do the Qigong, you should always think it is working. It is working. Why? It mobilizes the power of the mind to help the healing. So-called placebo effect, but it's real. Because every scientific study has to control for that. Placebo effect, the ability of the mind to promote self-healing. So you want to mobilize that too, in addition to the Qigong movements. Now let's do the shu sound to calm the liver, which we introduced last week. So as we inhale, we're going to be leading the qi up the liver channel from the big toe, up the inside of the legs, and then up to liver 13 and liver 14. And then as we exhale, we're going to make the shu sound. We're going to bend slightly forward, and we're going to lift the pelvic floor, and we're going to imagine that we're expelling all the impurities out of the liver and the liver channel. So with mind in the liver 1 point, inhale, and draw the qi up the liver channel. Then exhale, mouth open slightly, shu sound. Pulling in the lower abdomen, pulling up the pelvic floor, and visualizing that you're squeezing all the impurities out of the liver and the liver channel. So in, In, out. And we're not bending very far over, but pulling in here on the abdomen, lifting perineum or pelvic floor. In, out. Oh, excuse me, eyes are supposed to be open wide. And imagine also that you're expelling any illness from the eyes. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. One more. In, out. I will introduce to you the fourth tiger movement. Yeah, and it's called tiger piercing. So, it occurred to me as I contemplated today's lesson that at some point in my life I'm going to have to come up with a substitution for tiger pouncing, because I'm sure that when I'm 80 I probably will not be eager to pounce, having pounce problems now, but that's probably due to allergy treatments and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think I want to be teaching people who, when I'm 80 and who might be 80 or older, to pounce, because we need to think about what we could do instead. Anyway, tiger piercing. So piercing, first thing that happens in piercing is that we change the tiger claws from this claw to this claw. Okay, so this claw looks like this. Okay, so now we start off. I'll do the other foot. Okay, so now, and to pounce, turning front foot out, I'm going to come up like this, step here. Now I'm going to turn my rear foot so it's 135 degrees to the front foot. Now, when you see the video that Dr. Young has shot, and the 20 and 30 somethings doing the exercise, you'll see them go way down like that, okay? Well, I'm not going to do that again. So, just going to go like this. So, 1, in, out, shoo. And since I'm not going down a lot, I don't need to keep shifting my foot. If I were going down a lot, then I would want to shift my foot. But I just keep my foot at a 135 degree angle to the front foot. Shoo. Shoo. So do you feel the stretch here. Okay, so notice the palms, they're diagonally upward towards the ceiling, not 90 degrees. No, that's too tense, okay? 45 degrees. Not like this, not parallel or perpendicular to the floor, certainly not flat. They're like this. Elbow is up. Up. So that all this is stretched here. So that's the whole essence of the movement. Okay, so you want to feel that stretch in the area of the liver. And of course, the other side, of course, is spleen. So you want to make the spleen sound on the other side. And I'm huffing and puffing, so I'm still not totally recovered from the allergens, but well, pause a minute and ask if there's any questions on so far on the tiger piercing. Whew. 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 Shoo. 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 Whew. Whew. Shoo. 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 So tiger wakes up. Tiger awakens. Tiger's hungry. He's going to look all around for food. He has the original tiger claws. Well, starting like this, stepping out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. We get more of the spine moving, and then we add the legs. And a step in, a step out. You could use the liver sound here. Shoo. In, out. In, out. In, out. Sit back and circle. Shoo. Sit back and circle, looking all around for food. Whew. Sit back. Open up this area here. Shoo. In. Out. In. Out. Tiger spirit. In. Out. In. Whew. In. Shoo. In. Shoo. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Sit back. Shoo. Sit back. Whew. In. Out. Shoo. In. Out. In. Okay, so now tiger climb. Sit back and I turn. So I've turned the waist, remember? I have not turned the front foot. Now turn the front foot. In, out. Shoo. Back up a bit. In, out. Again, elbow raised, stretch here. In, out. Whew. Yeah, so hand here, Dr. Young comes like this, like he's doing Tai Chi, block brush knee. I like to extend farther up and stretch this. In, out. In, out. Shoo. In, out. In, out. Whew. In, out. In, out. Shoo. And then okay, pouncing.